Footy's back, and so are we with the AFL Today show. That's right. G'day. I'm Wayne Carey. No, I'm not. I watched footy this weekend. Wonder how Duck went, not kicking the footy around, watching any of the footy. Just, they've completely excised footy from his life. It's weird. Anyway, I'm actually Jaymz Clements, and this is the AFL Today show, your new favourite one-stop shop for all things AFL footy. Because it is the greatest game on earth. And joining me for this, I can't believe bloody round three's done. I'm all full of chockies and 2 days off. Well, 1 day off, really.
Let's be real. That was nice. Let's be real. We are working.
That's it. Joined by local weirdos, full-blown footy nuffs. Some would call them AFL experts. We've got a bloke over there bemoaning another Swans loss to the G. It's Alex Donnelly.
It's all right. You've got to give Richmond the narrative and make them feel good before they start losing week on week after yesterday. It's fine.
Sorry, all I heard was, where? We've got the stats boy here as well. Liam McAllion. What's going on, stats boy? After your beloved
crying.
Kangaroos were smashed by, I don't know.
Did you have a sandwich bet?
#flaggers.
Why would I do a sandwich bet when I go for North Melbourne at the moment? We are horrible.
Believe in your team, stats
It was
guy.
not a good Friday. I saw Jim Owen on Friday night, and that was a lot better than watching North against Carlton.
He is bloody huge. Right, before we get into everything, make sure you subscribe to all things AFL Today across all of your podcast channels, YouTube, all the good stuff right there. Star it. Thumbs it up. I can actually almost do a thumbs up now with the busted finger.
Yeah.
We'll get there very soon. But the cool thing is, footy's back.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick look from round three, gentlemen.
Ooh, where do we start?
I don't know, probably over in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
I
start.
do like that.
There's a certain rule that a lot of people are breaking here.
I agree.
Is the certain rule, I don't know, don't just take stories from social media and go, that's probably true, let's write it up.
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm like, that sounds like something I have on a group chat. And then I looked at my group chat and I'm like, it's on the group chat.
It came from Big Footy.
It's
is great.
Big Footy. Why are they trusting Big Footy?
But also, don't take photos, you dumbasses. Even if it isn't true, don't take photos.
There's one cardinal rule as well. If it happens in Vegas,
It stays.
don't ever talk about it ever again.
Yeah, I know.
Don't. To be honest,
So what about us in Adelaide this weekend coming?
that's right.
There's no video evidence. We don't even do content.
Oh, there's a lot of video evidence coming.
We are going to be a gather round in Adelaide. What happens in Adelaide is going to be broadcast everywhere. That's how that rolls.
Damn it. Well, it was a good run, lads. It was a good run.
The smallest member of our family, the dog,
Larry.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. He did manage to take a dump when we were in Vegas on a road trip in the hotel room. And I'm like, that's about the 10th worst thing that's happened to this floor ever.
That's probably the cleanest thing that's happened on that floor.
The best part was there was so much Scotch Guard on that carpet, it basically levitated. It was amazing. Anyway, as a result, speaking of floating turds, it is the Brisbane Lions.
Yes.
Not the Adelaide Crows?
0-3, Brisbane.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
Didn't lose a game at home all year last year, and now they've already lost 2, which I don't know if it's to do with the off-field stuff, but it damn isn't going to help. It's not going to help at all.
It's not great, Bob, but I do like the idea of
Bob.
simple idea of Chris Fagan going, oh yeah, we've dealt with a lot of stuff before. It's like we haven't dealt with starting 0-3 and like losing a couple of games at home for a while.
Yeah, I think
3 years,
one year they finished 0-3, like at the beginning of the rebuild when Fagan came on and snuck into finals, but 0-3, not looking like you're going to play good football is a huge mountain to climb.
It's a little bit different to Collingwood as well, because you've got a lot of older guys at Collingwood, but compared to Brisbane, most of them are still really young, really in their prime.
A lot of injuries though.
But all their star players are still there, yeah.
Either way, 4 underdogs also won over the weekend. This was a weird, strange weekend, right? There was blowouts or like upsets. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a good weekend, yeah.
Apart from the Hawthorn-Geelong game where it got shut down by lightning.
That's where
Stats going over there.
Yeah, we came here just to take shelter.
Yeah.
Is Stats Guy gold? Hang on.
I
like,
thought Stats Guy was one of the guys running across the MCG that gave up at the 50-metre mark. Like, he took off and he was going to make it. He's just like, I've had too many tins. I'm stopping.
Not streakers unless you're nude.
Also,
You've got to be, to quote Shat, butt naked.
but it's also, because it's a public holiday, the fine went up to $11,927.
Why is that different?
Why is there a 15%
It's like 9,900 usually, but it was
10% surcharge on public holiday.
It was $11,927.
That is amazing.
Like, why is it that specific number? Just make it 12.
That's very funny.
They're going to cover the security guards like penalty rates.
And then a second dude ran on and they're like, yeah, we got about 23 and a half.
We're going to Vegas, not with the Lions. But the biggest thing, obviously, apart from the acts of God that actually delayed that game of football for a large amount, we had Tomahawk become the first golden retriever to play 350 games of AFL football. He's a golden. Look at him. You go, oh, he's a golden retriever. He's
I don't get that reference.
He just looks like a puppy or a Labrador.
He's an innocent dude, even though he does a lot of skullduggerous things.
He's just like
bonks someone in the face literally in the second quarter, just like karate chop, bang.
He's an absolute freak.
Thomas, good ball.
He's very smart though.
Get it, Tom.
But he's also like, it's too far. I'm not running.
I love it. He's old.
Yeah.
But he's still an absolute freak, isn't he?
I did that to the squid this morning. It's like, Dad, chase me. I'm like, no. Nah, I've walked up and down too many hills. Anyway, let's do it. That's a quick look. Before we jump into Vent Sesh, though, the ladder is it's still very annoying.
It's cooked for another 3 weeks.
Another 3 weeks.
We talked about this last week, didn't we?
After gather around, it's like teams have played 4 games.
Was it like GWS, Freo, Sydney?
GWS are on top of the ladder.
That is a weird ladder to see GWS and Freo in the top 2. Like I've never seen that before. I don't reckon.
Yeah,
you've got 6 teams on 12 points, but some of those
2 of them have played.
2 of them
4 games.
have lost a game, so it's very frustrating.
And it's like every team plays next week because it's gather round. So then we go back to the buys the following week.
It's almost like you should start the season, have every team start the season.
Yeah, what? Like every other competition in world sports. But anyway,
right. Vent Sesh.
All right, well, Stats Guy and I'll be back in 5 minutes because Jim's got a long one here.
Open the roof! Why have you got a roof on
the stadium?
I want to call it Docklands. I want to call it, what else we got?
Colonial Stadium, Telstra Dome.
Marvel. Telstra Dome's the best.
Colonial Stadium.
I love the dome.
The dome. The dome is
cool.
evocative. It gets the people going. I like leaving the roof shut.
I like the roof shut.
What are you doing? You've got a roof for a reason. We had 2 beautiful days for football. It's an outdoor sport. And we go, I better play it indoors. This is for the broadcast. It's like, I don't care about the broadcast. If you're there at the game, it's like, I want some sunshine.
No, I was happy with
It's also really sweaty when the roof's closed.
Stats Boy's always sweaty when he's Roos are getting pummeled like they're Tim Zoo in Vegas. That's the 3rd Vegas reference.
I know. Well, yeah, Tim Zoo was there, yeah.
But why have it retractable? Why have it an open? Just leave it inside. I don't care.
Either build it so you can never open it.
I understand that we've built it wrong.
Yes. No, they did build it wrong.
It faces the wrong way.
100%, yeah.
Which people will be like, I don't get it. It's like when you open the roof, it faces the wrong way.
At any point did you go, geez, well, you see where we play football. If we open the roof, the sun's going to go over the top. It's like, oh, well, if we build it this way, it's going to cut half of it off. It's going to be a mess. Then why did you build the roof? Get rid of the roof. Strip it off. I don't want indoor footy. It's not indoor cricket. This sucks. Open the roof.
You realise the new Tasmania Stadium's got a roof, right?
Oh, but they'll probably build it right.
They'll open it. Because if it's raining, close the roof. That's fine. If it's not raining, open the bloody roof. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Vent Sesh. Open your
That's
roof.
just Jim's.
Can I yell about boundary umpires now?
No, we get it. Everyone's yelling about it.
Okay. Boundary umpires, learn where the line is. Please blow the whistle.
I agree with
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Ball tracking. Right. Game wraps. Throw your minds back to Thursday evening. We were doing a show Thursday evening as well. Did not expect Collingwood to run away 20-point winners over the Brisbane Lions.
No way.
92-72. Weird game, fun game. It was so long ago I can't remember it.
Well, all the goals happened at one end basically until the last quarter when Collingwood were like, we're going to win it now because Brisbane stink.
Lachie Neale came back and had a million touches.
He was amazing.
Kicked a goal.
He literally lifted them into the lead at halftime.
That sound you heard was him winning a 3rd brown though.
No.
It's a joke, Stats Boy. Settle down. He could. Oh, no, James, we have to be serious on this program.
I know you're not serious. You've been yelling the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm happy not to be serious.
But also,
no roof.
Joe Danaher.
You know what the Gabba doesn't have?
A roof. Joe Danaher had a stinker again. Eric Hipwood, nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Just kept dropping the pill like his hands were covered in butter.
At least Joey was coming up the ground a bit, yeah.
Like, all that pressure.
Hipwood was just nervous about his WhatsApp messages coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Eric Hipwood, like, we had all the pressure on Harry Mackay last year for being a well-paid forward who can't kick. Well, Eric Hipwood's a big paid forward who can't mark the goddamn football.
Yeah.
Jamie Elliott was fantastic, though, for the Pies. You had the Day Kai sort of going off.
4 goals failure,
yeah.
It was one of the random and very rare occurrences of Jamie Elliott playing well, not on the MCG.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
His first probably good game in 12 months.
But the Pies just in general, like, they had the pig. He had plenty of the ball. Dacos over 30 touches again.
Yeah.
I think it was the forward pressure.
It just felt like
it was back.
It was amazing.
Except for Lachie Schultz, who still can't get near it. That trade looks awesome.
Yeah.
There was the great sort of, the Twitter the Twitterati go like, oh, yeah, this is definitely worth the number 1 overall pick for next year. When they were, I think they were down at one point, right? And it's like, well, were they down? It was close.
It was at halftime. When you had one touch to halftime.
And it's like, oh, yeah, cooked it. But I think in that game, wasn't it that Collingwood were scoreless in the second quarter as well?
They didn't kick a goal.
They didn't kick a goal, yeah.
They got a point or something, yeah.
So it was a bit of a worry.
Absolute chaos gear. But the Pies are on the board. The Lions are not. And they've lost 2 already at the Gabatoir.
Which is crazy. Usually you can pencil them in to lose max.
It's all right.
1 or 2 for the year.
Brisbane are going to get on the board next week, so it's fine.
I guess the mighty North Melbourne. My mighty North Melbourne. Who knows?
What happened to Gather Round last year?
They won by about 70. So yeah, they'll win by about 100.
Didn't they kick like 26 goals?
They kicked a lot of goals. I don't want to. I'll be there.
Joe's going to get out on the hill and just be like, this is awesome.
We'll see though. They look really scrappy.
Stats guy's actually going to tackle Joe Danaher, I heard.
Yeah, cool. I can take him. Yeah.
Pies, not bad.
Yeah.
Brisbane, bad.
Brisbane, actually bad.
Pies we're still scrappy though.
Meta vibes for me. Lions. The offense is cooked. I don't know what is going on between the 3 forwards of Hipwood, Danaher, and Chucky Cameron.
He had a stinker as well,
It's like,
forward entries were really bad as well. They used to just, like in the granny we watched last year.
To be honest, they look like Carlton at times last year, which is like, we'll just try to kick it to 40 metres out and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's what they were
doing. But also really high in the air.
Yep.
Yeah, and last year they were just doing dark kicks. I had the lead to Joey and Hipwood, and they're not doing that this year.
Yep.
There's a H in Hipwood. Hipwood.
I said Hipwood, didn't I?
You make it talking about
Hipwood, yeah.
Friday! Good Friday. This was lovely. The kids are out there in force for the Super Clash.
Yep. That was lovely.
And it was a super win by the Blues. 137-81. How many? Was it 8 50s North gave up? 6 or 8?
6, I think,
6.
Yeah. It felt like 8.
Caroline Wilson is somehow going to blame Alistair Clarkson for this tonight.
Can I we clear the floor just for a second? Are we sure Clarko's a good coach?
Yes. Wait, come on.
Any more?
Yes. It wasn't to do with the coaching. It was to do that our backline was half the size of your
They don't have a backline.
Yeah. I would also
our
argue
midfield was good.
A replacement level coach could have also coached North Melbourne to a 56-point shellacking at the hands of the Blues.
I'll give you that.
Clarko is getting paid a lot more than a run-of-the-mill replacement level coach. And here we are. I think
that's outrageous, by the way.
No. All right. We're 3 rounds in. I'll give...
This sounds slightly serious.
I'll give the Roos to round 7.
Okay.
And to this point where we go, I want to see, can we get anything that isn't, I don't know, honourable shellackings? Can we get some honourable losses in there? Where we actually give it a, we're going to win. I can't believe we cooked that.
Last week.
That's fine. I get the young, crummy backline, but by the same token.
Okay, would you say that, though, they have played better football than Adelaide and West Coast so far?
I think most teams have played in history.
Yeah, in terms of offense.
In history, have played better than West Coast.
The thing I'm worried about, I don't think it's to do with anyone would be coaching us right now.
You're at least kicking goals, though. You're going forward and you're kicking goals.
I think if we had...
It's just a shame you can't defend.
We can't defend. I do know what you're saying about Clarko. Clarko's got all of our team running forward and we're not good enough to run back. But... It's
like Slevo's hairline, but the opposite.
It is.
Who was it from Carlton that just called him a bald prick at some stage during the game? I lost it for 5 minutes.
Gave him the hair.
Was it Nick Newman?
Maybe, yeah. There was a few
it's very funny because Nick Newman has a very thick head of hair.
The 50s really, really annoyed me. You got the umpiring, I think, for both teams was horrible in that game. And then the North players were getting more frustrated because you're obviously down by 40 points. But that was really undisciplined, just cost us a big, at least we would have had a respectable loss. There was about 4 goals from 50-metre penalties. So that, really, really annoyed me.
The best part about this game, however.
Here we go.
Harry McFive.
Oh, you talking about it all last year and it's finally happened.
Harry McFive. That was amazing. I literally spent so much money on Harry McFive last year, and he never repaid the faith. This year, we're on the board. This is great. We've got one.
Did you get on it?
In the back. I was on it. I was happy with that. So.
You did it in the office Thursday, haven't I?
I forgot about that, yeah.
Love that. So happy days there. But look, Kerno and Mackay, when they're up and about, and Mackay's actually snagging.
They kick 9 goals between them. Like, you're not going to beat Carlton when they do that.
When Harry McFive is actually kicking straight, it's amazing. So, in terms of Tom Powell vibes, Supercoach.
We talked him up in Supercoach and he was amazing. He was probably our best player, 29 disposals and a goal. That was a goal that he kicked. I'm like, North might have a sneaky chance. He went back to like 19, 22 points or something like that.
A few moments later.
And then Carlton kicked about 5 in a row.
Well, I think there was also a couple of those frees in there as well that just completely cooked it for you. But
yeah.
I don't know. Look, Sheezel was incredible. The Blues, the depth at the moment, even without Walsh, is kind of cool. Like, against a team like North where you can sort of like have your run of the thing.
Midfield was still all right for both teams, but Carlton's fallen line.
Between Chera, Kennedy and stuff like that, where you're just like, they're just dudes who we didn't have 2-3 years ago.
Even both the Hollands were really good. Yeah.
The Hollands. I love the
Hollands,
Hollands.
yeah.
Let's get me some clogs. But either way, good job by the Blues. Tough
Too
stuff
good.
for the Rouge. Freo. Smasher-rated Adelaide.
Sort of.
69. Nice. To 34.
So,
It was
do you
like-
want me to start? Can I?
Wasn't it like
Can
6
I-
goals to 4 at 3/4 time or something?
Can I just pose the question? Like, are Adelaide cooked?
Yes.
Oh,
They've scored 54, 77, and 34 points in 3 games. Their forward line isn't working. Their midfield is beige and boring.
I know.
And this was literally the worst game of football I've seen, apart from that
was.
North Melbourne St Kilda one last year.
Yep.
This was disgusting.
It was a tough Good Friday watch. It was like, this is a bad Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
I already had a bad Friday watching North, and then I watched the second half of
This
this and it
was
got worse.
so bad. And it was just insipid decisions with the football all afternoon.
Yeah.
Jordan Dawson tried, but he's got Matt Crouch and Roy Laird next to him going, we're just going to handball it to each other. It's fine.
I wouldn't.
It
yeah.
sucked.
I
It
wouldn't.
stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
Well, there was the simple idea that, what was it, Tex, Rochelle, and Fogarty
Yeah.
combined for no goals.
Yeah, that is
Tex,
unbelievable.
like as I said it before the start of the season, Tex will not kick 70-odd goals again, which is why I didn't think
Yeah.
Adelaide could go up.
And Rankin.
You
Jeez.
can now walk back your Adelaide top 4 stats guy.
Yeah, I probably can, but
round 3.
I still think they'll bounce back because they should be doing a lot better.
How?
Their team on paper is really good. I think their team on paper
I don't
is
know.
really
It
good.
feels like Adelaide just goes, the season starts at gathering.
Yeah.
maybe.
Are
that's-
they playing Carlton this week? Are they going to
No,
kick
they're-
10 goals in the
who are they-
first quarter? I think it's
That
Melbourne.
was so bad.
They're playing
last
Melbourne, which will actually be a really big game, but they could get
is that
smashed.
the open gather round too?
Yes, so
Oh
they
man,
could
we
get
might have
smashed.
a ride at the Rundle Mall.
But I
Thursday
wouldn't
night.
say I know we're bagging Adelaide. Freo weren't very good until the last quarter. It was
Freo
like 40 to
are
30.
unbeaten.
It was like 40 to 30. Yeah, but they've had a pretty easy run. Other than
They
that
beat
one.
Brisbane.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But Brisbane are like last. Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, in round 1 though, that was a good one.
No, you're right.
Is Stats Guy saying Freo are the worst 3-0 team ever?
I just still can't rate Freo when we had a 32-point lead on them. I know they beat
Yeah.
us.
I think
it's
the
in
simple
North,
idea
but-
behind that Freo, like the way they sort of navigated just this horrible aerial ping pong game, right? Like
yeah.
no
They
one
still
was scoring
won,
for a
yeah.
lot of it.
True.
They just managed to like just
Scuff
eke
it
out
through.
some of the chances.
True.
Like,
Sonny Walters is just like, I'm going to kick a goal now. It's fine. It's
and
cool.
it was just the turnovers were so bad.
And it was a
shocking.
perfect day for footy.
Or it was a bit like Dewey, I think it was. Like a little
No,
bit.
it wasn't.
Wasn't it? A bit
Oh,
slippery.
it's out west. They don't get you out there.
Yeah, they don't. It was just hot.
Anyway, Freo win. Sucked in Adelaide. Hayden Young bounces back to
32 touches, yeah. Really good.
the chagrin of everyone who trailed him out in Supercoach.
You won't do that.
And Luke Ryan with the blonde hair was awesome too.
Oh, that looks shocking, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it did.
He was a great player.
Actually, because you've missed out on this Adelaide top 4 call, maybe.
Stats Guy has to peroxide his hair.
Dawson's Creek tips.
Also, one, I didn't
That's
agree.
even worse.
One,
That's
I didn't,
funnier.
One,
Let's
I
go.
didn't agree to that, and 2, I didn't know we were doing season predictions in round 3, but that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we weren't. We did them before the season, and yours stinks.
Okay, whatever.
All right, Saturday. It was a pretty good Saturday. If you're an Essendon fan,
Yeah.
there were plenty of them at the Lawn Hotel where I was watching this game.
Oh, that would've
and
sucked.
there was one table of Saints fans.
So they went from depressed to very happy, the Essendon fans.
They did.
The
yeah.
Essendon fans were substantially more vocal than the Saints fans, and no
that's-
surprise to anybody.
No surprise, yeah.
But there was another entire room full of Essendon fans. So anytime anything half decent happened, they're up and about. And then the Saints fans just get. It's like, this is.
I take back everything nice I said about St Kilda last week. That was pathetic. How you managed to lose this game it's disgraceful. You should have iced it by 3/4 time.
yeah.
You let Jake Stringer kick the sealer.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
What are they doing? You are completely forgetting.
It's St Kilda.
What is it? How many words is it? The most important words in AFL footy. Contract year, Jake Stringer.
We talked about this in the
We did.
office. He's actually had a really good start to the year.
Of course he has, because he's trying to get a
Crap against
contract.
the Swans.
He still kicked a couple of goals, didn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's still
He's actually he's got a fair few goals already.
didn't launch any barrels though that I noticed.
disappointing.
So, which is
Yeah.
a shame.
But also, St Kilda butchered the football. This is why it was St Kilda more lost it than Essendon won. Essendon hung around to give themselves a chance,
Yep.
and St Kilda just crapped down their pants and slipped over the banana peel. Hello to Riley Bonner.
Jesus,
Oh, my
mixing your
God.
metaphors there.
Yeah. No, they all
What
they
went
all
down
sort
their
of
pants?
worked. Yeah.
Bananas? What do they slip on? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we were talking about how efficient Saints have been to start the season. and then
my God.
There was turnovers left, right, and
And
centre.
then, a couple more injuries have come out of this game and a potential suspension. So it just goes to show St Kilda aren't allowed to have nice things.
44 touches for Nick Martin. Amazing gears. Zerrett was incredible again.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, Zach Merritt.
He has.
Gotta
Every
give him
time I
credit.
see Nick Hine, I'm like, who let him on the field?
Yeah.
Just like how they're knocking dudes out. It's just been rough. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I don't think they missed 2 metre Peter.
No,
So,
surprisingly.
just
They
to be
really
honest,
missed King.
my entire vibe
Yeah.
is just like, all right, we've got Stringer and we've got Langford, and let's just go.
Yeah.
And
Langford has a great mustache.
Bombers felt lucky,
Yep.
but
they played well.
you got to
though.
take your chances,
Yeah, yeah.
and they ran over the top in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
This is the question. Like, is it more the Bombers, like St Kilda we ask this a lot. Did St Kilda lose this game? Did Essendon win it?
St Kilda lost it.
I feel like
I'm
St
gonna-
Kilda lost it.
I think
So we'll talk about another
I'm
game
gonna
like
say,
this
if
that
If they
happened
take any of
yesterday.
their chances in that last quarter, they win
Yeah.
again.
I agree with that, but I think Essendon aren't as bad as what we think.
but
I said last week they played really good against
Essendon
the
hung
Swans.
around enough and the St Kilda didn't land the killer punch, which they should have.
I just think they were up and about because someone else was under a drug scare.
Yeah, they're like,
They're
oh,
like,
it's not-
water! Just like every Bombers fan, just losing their mind going, see! It wasn't just us! And just like lost it. Finally, they got a leg to stand on.
But then,
They're just
then it
stoked.
could come out next year. They were in the same sort of boat. Who knows?
It's like they've got 180 million players doing recreational drugs. They're just hanging out down near Stats Boy.
What are you talking about?
You're a weird
Couple-
guy.
What's
Because
that,
I'm in
what's that
Essendon.
Irish pub on Mount Alexander Road? Right near your joint?
It's
Probably
not
Paddy
Irish.
O'Reilly's.
I know what you're talking about, but
Paddy O'Reilly.
yeah.
Roddy O'Reilly's on there.
I don't want to find anyone. Yeah.
Anyway, Essendon, good win over the Saints. They desperately needed it,
Yeah.
and the Saints will be ruining just another missed
Essendon
opportunity.
now have Port Adelaide this weekend.
It's a tough one. It's a great game, though. Port, speaking of which, amazing game.
Best game of the year.
Lost to Melbourne, 96-89. The Demons, are we saying they're back? I guess we could say he's back. They were pretty good.
Very good.
This was awesome. I'm going to posit this one.
All right.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide, frauds.
Oh,
Okay.
they lost by a goal.
Yeah, when was the last time they beat a top 8 team, Stats Boy?
Probably last year, end of last year.
What
Not
happened
in the finals.
Not in the
Stats Boy?
finals.
0-2, baby.
You think Brisbane's gone? You think
The last
Sport's
time they
gone?
beat a top 8 team was when they beat GWS in like round 20.
I think they're.
They
I
probably
think-
beat someone else, and someone let us know in the comments, but that's the last win I can remember them having against a good team.
They basically over the last 2 years just not beating any top 8 teams.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But that's the thing.
Prove me wrong, Power.
But
Prove
the
me
thing
wrong.
is that they'll get 15 wins, they'll get to the finals, and then they'll do nothing because that's what they do
Yeah,
in the
Ken
finals.
Inkley will somehow
Yeah,
keep his
because
job.
they're frauds.
I'm not disagreeing
All right,
with you.
fair enough.
They're frauds, Stats guy.
I didn't think about the finals and the quick X's and things
Gerald,
like
they're
that.
frauds. I'm just saying.
Put it up on the screen.
Port frauds. But this was like a fascinating game.
I will
Bailey
say-
Fritsch up and about truck.
Yeah.
Looks like he's torn every sort of like muscle in his leg. Carries it everywhere. Clary just getting handballs off. But look, I think one of the best ways that they demonstrated Melbourne's defensive tightness, lacking Stephen May.
Yeah.
Jake Yuli was like, this is great. I don't actually need Stephen
He was
May.
being a real leader.
He
He
was
was
so
yelling
good.
at everyone. He
Yeah.
was bringing everyone in. He's like,
But just like their structures coming out of the back.
Jake Lever's back at home on the Adelaide Oval.
True.
Good point. The structures that Melbourne had in the defensive 50 were awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just Port couldn't get anywhere. Like it was crazy. So
Also,
I love
a
that.
few
Good job,
decisions went Melbourne's way that led,
did.
that led directly to goals, which Port Adelaide fans you can yell about. We'll talk about it next week when we're on the ground. But yeah, there was that one of the first goals they got in the last quarter. There was literally 2 direct throws. It was just throws, and they got a goal. And well, you lost by a goal.
But Port Adelaide should have taken their chance. They had more shots. They had missed not easy ones, but a couple at the end of the game where
Charlie
you sort
Dixon missed that shot from 40.
of missed a shot from 40. Those ones you got to hit. Whereas Morgani, for example, hit an
Wells.
absolute awesome goal from 40.
I did appreciate the
How are we not just getting to this point of like jump the gun, old mate, no mates, Radigalia? Like, what
Oh,
the-
yeah.
Like, geez.
He does that once every
He has
week. I
the
reckon.
worst depth perception
I know he's done
ever.
it before. Yeah.
I struggle more with the fact that he was being, look, I call him Radigalia. Radigalia?
Oh,
Radigal. I'm
I
like,
thought it was Radigalea.
I'm like, it's not Radigalea. It's like from Star Wars Leia. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
Leia.
I. No, it was weird. Anyway, but
Is that what the
Radigalea.
commentators were saying? Was it? Oh, okay.
Bit of a strange one.
Yeah.
It made me feel uncomfortable.
But you know what? He's on a really wicked contract, and Johnny just like.
Well, he actually
noise.
wasn't too bad. He just made a couple of silly mistakes.
Stats guy, they lost by a goal.
Tough scenes. But look, Port, Rosie and Butters, we know that they're awesome. Wines was fantastic in this game too.
Did they miss Horn Francis with just that burst of acceleration out of the
They
midfield?
always miss Jason Horn-Francis.
Yeah.
Just like Stats Guy misses Jason
Oh,
Horn-Francis.
I'm glad. We don't need him.
He takes an ice bath every night, just remembering Jason
I'm
Horn-Francis.
taking more ice bars than Jason or Francis. I know. that.
He's
but
taken
look,
one.
It was a really good win for the D's. I enjoyed it.
Bad loss for Port.
Port frauds.
Fair enough.
We'll see
Prove
next
me
week.
wrong, Ken Hinkley. Prove me
This
wrong.
Friday night. Is it this Friday night or Saturday night?
Sunday, Bulldogs. They smashed West Coast 106-30.
Oh.
Who cares? Like, good on you, West Bulldogs. You did what you did.
Screw you, Luke Beveridge, playing Marcus Bontempelli at full forward, screwing everyone's
Supercoach captain. I know.
Yeah. See, this is what I said before the week. Don't captain Bont. Something weird will happen.
I've said this before though.
You got Bevo.
Supercoach tax on the big players. He didn't really. I don't think he deserved to get 110 points. So I was happy he got that because he was at. I think he had 4 touches at halftime and he still had 45 points. I'm like, that doesn't really add up.
I blame Bevo for all of this.
I like that you're complaining Bond still kicked 3 goals.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what are we doing here?
3 goals doesn't usually get you 100. Anyway.
Ugle-Hagan, look, I was backing Ugle-Hagan to have a massive one, and it's like,
Didn't really need it.
One day he will realise he can lead straight up the ground instead of to the pockets, and when he does that, he'll kick 60 goals.
It's breaking my heart. It was either like I expected Waitman or Ugle-Hagan just to go hammer inside.
Did you see his elbow dislocate?
Yeah,
Well, that's why he always wears the brace.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Latham Vandermeer, awesome game from him too, and just like
I usually
great job.
think he shouldn't even be in the team, but he was awesome. He was
Without
awesome.
Tim Kelly and McGovern, they probably would have lost by 300.
Yep. That's true.
Just imagine being Jeremy McGovern. You're
He's
like,
killing
what am
it
I
as well.
doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Well, he's on
This sucks.
$1 million bucks, but he's like, is this really worth it?
This is literally out, but at what price?
Up into 2 million, lads, and I'm staying.
Yeah. He's like, surely like you get like a bonus for intercept marks or defensive spoils.
It's not like the EPL where you get like goals or something.
the NFL.
Yeah, he now owns like different parts of the Port of Fremantle.
He's going to be the mayor with
He actually gets given 100 Jacks franchises.
Love it. Bulldogs, good win. They needed it desperately as well, just like a settler smashing.
I respect it for the Dogs because a lot of people would have said.
I worry for how bad West Coast could get smashed next week.
I don't worry about
Who they got next week?
Sydney.
Oh, well, they just lost to Richmond, so maybe West
This
Coast
is
can win.
why I'll get to that.
You throw 200 up again? What do you reckon?
Oh,
Sydney, speaking of which,
oh my God.
they lost to Richmond.
I can't believe that happened.
At the MCG. They're your team, Alex. Take us through this schmozzle of an affair where your team
a good game.
completely cooked it and looked horrible. And just, like,
yeah,
what is going on?
That's literally it. We were awful. Only really Heaney and
I was poking
Rowbottom.
the bear and nothing happened.
I know.
It's like,
he-
do something.
I think he's calmed down since yesterday.
He was in tears yesterday.
I was pretty frustrated. Heaney and Rowbottom were the only two that really played well. Grundy was good as well, but
Grundy was good.
the Swans.
Where's your forward pressure?
That's it. The Swans got punched in the face. Like didn't have a plan for it. Kicking the ball out on the full 4 times at the start of the last quarter was a pretty terrible idea. Hit up a leader. What are you doing?
As we mentioned, the G's pretty big. You can keep it in.
John Lamarty was in a lot of
Did
space.
you know it's only 5 metres total?
Really?
Like bigger than the SCG?
Well, 5 metres bigger means you shouldn't really kick it out of the full.
Well, I mean, really, they should have more space to actually operate in.
True.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird that I can't win at the G.
So Richmond's pressure was great. Nick Vlosten with 100% efficiency out of
Oh,
defence.
I've
was
got him in,
phenomenal.
something later.
What, he had 29 touches, and then this is
amazing.
where it's like, well done, Richmond. You've had your win. Now it's going to go bad for you with Tom Lynch out for 12 weeks with a hamstring. Noah Bolter did his knee in the last 5 seconds. He clashed with Grundy. And Liam Baker somehow is only going to get 1 week for jumping into Lewis Melican's face. Dane Rampy went off with hamstring awareness at halftime.
I hate
I'm
that.
aware of my hamstring as well.
Yeah, so am I.
Every time I stand up, I'm aware of my hamstring. Oh,
so
geez,
he had
I'm
that as
old.
well. But yeah,
Just start crying. Oh.
But yeah, Chad Warner and Errol Goulden didn't do a lot. It was a very bad day for the Swans, and Richmond were up for the fight and deservedly won.
They were amazing. It was that old Richmond forward pressure when they were with Dimo in the flags. It was
When
amazing.
Morris Rioli is around, I wouldn't take 7 steps. I would
I believe
take
it's
3.
pronounced Maurice.
Yeah, you said Maurice last. No, he
No,
said
I
Maurice
ripped out
last
Maurice
show.
on Thursday.
And you went in, and Leo and I looked at him like, Maurice?
I was like, yeah, I'm just going to call it Maurice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so his forward pressure was outstanding. Good on them, Richmond, but they may get smashed next week.
Because I just see Maurice and I'm like, Maurice. And away we go. Some people call me Maurice. All right. Tigers, though, they're back.
Nah, they're going to get it pumped.
No,
next week.
my favourite thing about the Tigers is, and like, just let me cook. Just let me cook.
Oh, we always let him cook.
The Tigers are basically like the kid in school. You're like, I hope he doesn't shoot it up and I hope he just becomes a drug dealer.
What?
You know, there's always one
this
of
a
them.
Ballarat
I
thing?
don't
Yeah.
get that. I don't get that.
It's a bit Ballarat.
That
It's like-
producer's even laughing at this
There's a
one.
couple of them. There's just like a dude where you're like, just hope he doesn't have a gun.
Oh, okay.
And I hope that he
So I
just-
thought he meant shoot up in another instance.
No. I don't want him to shoot up the school.
I think it
'cause,
was a
you
bit
know,
of A, bit of B.
Yeah.
we're not in America, so we're pretty smart. We limit access to like semi-automatic weapons.
Yes.
But it's like just one of them. You're like, that's good. And like the Tigers are kind of like that. It's like, I'm happy you won some flags because
Yep.
you're all depressed and sad, but Still not great. Still don't like the Tigers fans.
No.
Yeah.
Especially as a Carlton fan yourself. Yeah.
It's a best of a bad situation.
Fair enough.
On your Tigers.
It was a weird reference.
Easter Monday. That's what we're here for at AFL Today,
I love
Stats
it,
Boy.
I love it.
If you want awesome, weird, strange metaphors for teams, you come to AFL Today.
Yep.
Everything else, that's why Fox Footy exists.
Exactly.
The other road.
You're very correct.
Also, our other podcast team upstairs.
Yep.
Ah, blow it out their nose. Geelong, Easter Monday, big win in the rain. You can see it over there. Bit wet.
Yeah, wasn't great.
No more lightning. Anyway,
Thank God.
106.70. It was actually a bit close there for a bit.
It's a decent
Stats
game.
Boy, you're there. What
Yeah.
did you think?
Obviously, 2 weeks in a row now that the Hawks, I'd be filthy if I was a Hawks fan because, I don't know, I know everyone thought they were going to lose to Geelong, but you got to be in it from the start. They conceded 43-7, I think it was after quarter time.
Yeah.
Almost the exact
game
same.
over. It was game over.
Almost the exact same score as them against Melbourne last week. If I was a Hawks fan, I'd be filthy because
It's really hard to just track down scores.
Exactly. They
if
didn't
you
play
don't
too
have
bad after that first quarter, but they were never going to be back in the game because they conceded so many. So many turnovers. Bruce a couple of times. I was talking to Alex
my
about that.
God.
He's running into an open goal.
Handball it over to the dude in the goal square.
Not even handball. You've played
Tom
1,000
Stewart
games.
fell on his ass. Just handball it.
He's played so many games, kicked so many goals for the Hawks. Have a shot. You're allowed to have a shot. You're allowed to be a hog.
Well, no, but he did hog it, and it was touched off the boot when he should have handballed it, and then the second time he should have handballed it.
Yeah.
And
So that summed up where Hawthorn is. A lot of the young guys aren't stepping up. And then you got even the older guys who are like, we can rely on Luke Bruce, and he's stuffing up as well.
The Wizard booted one into the arrow.
Oh, yeah.
He
wait
booted
till I
a
get on
couple like that, yeah.
You also saw the best and worst of Marby or Chol. Like, halfway through this first
that's
quarter,
everyone.
I'm like, why is he on a 3-year deal? And then in like the third quarter, I'm like, that's why. He's awesome.
Yeah. Tomahawk's also still got it. He's amazing. He kicked
That
the
first
goal
goal,
from the boundary. That is his favourite spot on the boundary where he just curves it from left to right. He's still unbelievable. He could just sit in the goal square for another 5 years and
Side
bear
note,
in the square type stuff.
Jeremy
Literally.
Cameron's just awesome.
Yeah, he wasn't amazing.
Yeah,
though,
but he just picked up the ball, one step, snap from
Didn't
50.
even look,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Also gave Tomahawk a goal at the end.
Yeah.
So like, there you go. Just a
I-
nice little capper on your 350th
Yeah.
to become the first, golden retriever to play 350 games.
yeah.
It's huge.
like my girlfriend, massive Geelong fan. She didn't
got
go.
a girlfriend?
Yeah, she didn't go to the game because it
not
was
in
raining.
Adelaide.
Yeah, according to WhatsApp.
Wait, that's
Yeah.
Brisbane.
Yeah, it's the joke. Didn't go because it was going to rain. She's like, why are you going? I'm like, because I like watching Jeremy Cameron kick the footy.
Fair enough.
He's like, a bit of rain. Go and kick the footy.
Yeah.
Great for the cows.
Get a few
Wait, I
snags.
tell you what, the farm need the rain.
He'll be happy.
Nice. But Geelong, they're flying.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Also,
back to
Ollie
their-
Henry looks like he's become a man. Like
has,
he's
yeah.
put on about 5-6 kilos
Bit
of
more
muscle,
athletic,
and
yeah.
he's grown. I was watching in the first quarter,
He was
going,
always a man.
but like,
He was never a real boy though, Jim.
but you know what?
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean?
a real boy.
But I was looking at
Okay.
it going, who's 30?
Your name's Ollie still.
Yeah,
I
I was looking at him in the first quarter, going, who's 30? Like, oh, that's Ollie Henry. Holy crap, it's Ollie Henry.
I don't know. Not a real man until you change your name from Oliver. All right.
But Geelong look back to their premiership best at the moment. I'm putting it out there. They look really good. This is
play the-
nothing like how they were playing last year. So
I mean, what? They've beaten Hawthorn, St Kilda,
yeah,
and I can't remember.
not
who
even
they
the
played last
way
week.
who they've been. Just the way they're playing is that confident stuff. They
They
weren't
beat who's in
confident.
front of you, Alex.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah, mate.
relax.
Yeah.
Jeez. You got beat this team. They haven't played them, Alex.
Yeah.
They can't beat teams they're not playing.
They play the Bulldogs this weekend in Adelaide.
Ooh. Be good.
That'll actually be a really good game. Yeah.
Saturday night. Stats go on the hill.
Hell yeah.
Sipping results. Oh, geez. You make Jim one this week. 5.
55.
5. Update your run sheets. That's boy.
Update my runs in with his tips.
Mine
4.
says 5.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are you looking at?
What
I
are
thought you
got,
wrote
Stats
50. It says 55 on my one. I was like,
and then
kinda cooked it.
Stats going, I got 4.
yeah, no good.
Yeah.
There was a lot of upsets.
Very
though.
annoyed at myself. I had Essendon all week, changed because it was Essendon, and never
Because
change your
this is
tips,
it.
people.
Full credit to the boys, the best team of the week.
Yep.
I'm going to give it to Essendon. I thought that game was
Fair enough.
fantastic. I think that was a team, if they lose that game, their
Season
season
over.
spirals.
Probably. They
Like-
lose confidence as well.
They go to Adelaide, get smashed by 10 goals by Port or whoever they're
Now
playing.
they're a good chance to actually go over there and win and start causing some more ruckus.
Yep.
Get Bombers fans' hopes up and then dash them quite expertly,
Expertly, yeah.
in the back half of the season and miss the finals.
That's every year.
Or at least make it and then lose. So I enjoyed the way they played, though. I thought they looked...
It was fun.
I mean, it's weird when you're playing St Kilda just like who are just, I don't know, butchering it like just literally one of the butchers
That
up on
helped.
Sydney
That
Road.
helped a lot.
I was going to
yeah.
say the junior abattoir, but yeah, sure.
Not bad, not bad. It was gross for St Kilda, and Essendon took full advantage. So
Yeah.
full credit to the boys. Alex,
I'm going to go the D's, winning on the road in Adelaide without Stephen May. Thought this was
Yeah.
game Port. I literally just thought this is just a job done for Port Adelaide before the ball was even bounced. So great job by
but
the
you
D's.
forgot that they're frauds.
Yes, apparently so. So great job by the D's to get the job done.
Stats boy.
I'm going the Tigers. No one in their right mind thought they were going to win against the Swans. Obviously, we talked about now is it 1-5 in their last 6. The Swans at the G. Which
3 of those losses are a combined total of like 14 points.
Oh, I know, but they still lost.
Are they wins?
No, they're moral losses.
That's a
It's not a moral loss.
Yeah, it's like an England mindset.
They've all been brutal losses. Like.
Set down their Johnny Best.
I think we all jumped on Richmond being really bad, especially after the first round against the Suns, but they haven't been that bad since then. Only lost by a goal to Carlton. They only lost by a couple of goals to Port, who are a really good side, and then they beat Sydney.
It's going to suck to play them all year, which is basically why...
Next week's going to be the big test for them without Lynch, Bolter and Baker.
They're definitely my team of the week because I think they're going to be better than top 4. They've proven they're better than the 4 worst sides.
Oh,
Sorry. Proven they're better than the bottom 4 sides. Definitely not top 4.
So
we all predicted them to be top 4. Oh my God, I keep saying that. Bottom 4.
They play St Kilda.
Are you having a stroke?
I think I might have.
He got hit by lightning.
Yeah, tins did you have?
So they
did
play
you streak and they get booted? Like, is that what's happened?
I thought he was one of the streakers, to be honest, but he didn't streak properly. But anyway. They play.
Why? Because you could recognise him from if he was naked. What is happening?
Whoa, you weren't supposed to say that.
They're looking at Alex Lowe like, what? No, I shouldn't say yes.
It's not as bad as the commentator from England who said, I might end up on my back ladder after some beers with my dad.
Oh.
And it was basically she was getting pissed for Easter.
Fair enough.
Came out the wrong way and she's like, and that's it for Saturday here at St. James's Park.
And they're like, oh no.
See ya.
Best on ground of the week. Who was the best player we saw? Harry McFive.
He wasn't really the best player.
To be honest.
He was pretty good though. He was clunking everything.
Absolutely clunking, dominating. And this, I think the key aspect for me for the Harry McFive, put aside the Harry McFive, Jim loves his Harry Mackay and loves his 5 goals bets. But Carlton needed that exact Harry McFive performance to make sure they put away an annoying North Melbourne who were right there at the start and then got
the umps helped us at the start.
How did they get flattened though? Harry McFive.
Yeah.
It was massive. I thought it was a huge game. Thought he was fantastic. Just when he's playing with confidence, he's terrifying.
Not even the marks, because he was a bit too tall for some of the North defenders. He was just kicking everything. He's back to his
Coleman winning bet. Is very good.
He used to obviously miss a lot of set shots, as we laughed about last year, but we can't even laugh at him this year. What's going on?
Nice one. Stats guy.
I'm going Nick Vlastuin. Alex already talked about him, but he was amazing. Back to his sort of that prime performance when they were winning the flags. They could always rely on Vlastuin. He was copping it. I think a lot of people are saying, you got to get rid of him. He was the best player on the ground. If they didn't have
Vlastuin yesterday, they would have lost.
Yeah, he was hitting targets from maybe 13 marks as well, which is
He had 100% disposal efficiency from 29 touches.
That's unheard of.
Ridiculous.
That's unheard
for
of
a defender.
Yeah, so he's going to be my best player of the week. And he helped him get over the line against the Swans, which was the best performance. So,
Alex?
I want to shout out Matt Hill as a commentator because he is awesome.
Was it he who was doing the Ratagalea?
No, that was Jason Bennett.
Yeah.
Matt Hill called the game yesterday, the Swans-Richmond game on TV, and calls Thursday nights on SEN.
Yeah, he's really good.
So use SEN Sync for your TVs on Thursday nights. Honestly, it's a game changer.
We're not promoting any other...
No, but for commentary.
I'm just saying, they could also hook us up
Fox Footy,
if they want to support the show.
But for a player, it's got to be Max Gawn. 50 hit-outs, 20 touches, 6 clearances and a goal. And a big goal at 3/4 time.
He's unbelievable, isn't he?
He absolutely snagged that goal. He roosted it.
Yeah.
So I think Max Gawn is the best player of the week.
Harry McFive.
I'd go Gawn or Boston, yeah.
Yeah,
there you
it's
go.
Gawn. So
who's old mate, no mates? Pendles. Old mate, no mates. Who's got no mates today? Did you know he used to play basketball?
Really?
You know what
Yes,
you can't do in basketball? Hit dudes. You know what you can't do?
That was soft.
You know what you can't do just in general? Hit dudes.
Yeah, if you did that on the street.
That's boy, if I just hit you now, you'd be like, Jim.
Well, you do off camera. But
Please don't do that.
I mean, Shreya might have a word to you tomorrow because it's on
No, of
camera.
course. You're right, though. Why is footy different to just on the street?
I tell my 18-month-old squid number 2 to stop hitting his
Michelin
brother.
man.
Don't hit him. Don't hit him.
Exactly.
Stop hitting people. He's like, he's 18 months old. Pendles, you used to play basketball. You know better than this. You played 427 million games.
Yeah.
Don't hit people.
He's very lucky that he's Scott Pendlebury, otherwise he wouldn't have been suspended.
I think because it was an open hand in the
but
rule
you
book.
can still...
You're not allowed to hit people,
You can't just
don't hit him.
That surely is a week. I don't know how he didn't get a week.
Yeah.
I'm fine with not actually
I
suspending
wanted
him,
it
but
to
at the
be a
same
week
time,
'cause it's
just
funny.
don't hit
It's just
people.
soft,
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Idiots.
As
Anyway.
someone said to me, that's what happened when old men slow down and get angry.
Possibly.
That's what I do all the time. Start hitting people in the street. So I walk up to Stats guy and I was slapping him.
There is,
yeah,
cops just waiting downstairs to take a gym.
It's the great meme of like, you know, when LeBron gets back to the locker room and sees D'Lo just like a slap across the back of the head. That's exactly how I roll. But anyway, Stats boy, your old mate, no mates.
Oh, it's going to be Riley Bonner. Alex and I were talking about this. Most turnovers in a game since 2012. 17 turnovers. How is that even possible? So he had 32 touches and 17 of them were turnovers.
8 of 11 in the last quarter.
Direct turnovers. So he's going, was he passing it to Essendon every single time? It was horrible. He probably cost them the game. We're talking about
No, not probably. Definitely.
He definitely cost them the game.
17 turnovers is a lot.
Yeah.
He was turning it over more than you trying to flip a steak, Stats boy.
And he comes off half back.
Flip your steak that many
That's my
times.
point. He's an idiot.
What? Oh my God, I cook a good steak. Eat him rare, thank you very much. Off half back.
Flipping it 17 times though. You're kidding yourself. Just once.
He had more turnovers than the Pancake Kitchen. It was horrible.
There you go. The pancake parlor, yeah.
Pancake parlor? It's the what? Pancake Kitchen in Ballard. Pancake
Oh,
parlor.
I've never heard of pancake kitchen. Anyway,
It's a weird knockoff like chain.
Yeah.
if he had 5 less turnovers, he's the catapult off half back with Wangani Miller. If he had 5 less turnovers, they could have won. So he's old mate, no mates. They're like, Bonner, what are you doing? We recruited you as a star player. Anyway, not good.
Alex?
The apparent whiz, Nick Watson, you are downgraded to the muggle because you have no magical powers whatsoever.
Wow, Stats boy loved that.
I love Harry Potter more than you guys.
Honestly, for a self-proclaimed wizard,
under the stairs.
you kicked the ball out on the full more times than anyone with special abilities should.
Ooh.
You are not allowed a nickname. Jeff Farmer is the wizard.
Yes.
You are downgraded. You are now known as Nick Watson and Nick Watson only.
Lador. There you go.
Yeah, Dumbledore. And also Matthew Nick's 2-year extension and your team sucks.
Flip side, Justin Longmuir, 1-year extension.
All the
Going all
mates.
right so far.
Unbeaten.
Yeah. True.
All right. Vensesh Jr., a.k.a. Why I Can't Stand.
This is fair. So I want to, before Jim launches in, I know what he's going to say. As someone who has done slightly more professional broadcasting than this, I agree completely with this because it doesn't help the viewer.
This is way better than anything you've done.
I don't need like your permission.
No.
Oh, guys, just so you know, I've done commentary and James is right about what he's meant to say.
That's all right. At least he's
I'm
backing you
always
up.
right. What are you talking about?
You are not.
I am 100% right.
This time you are.
Ask old mate.
And there's nothing more.
She would disagree massively with
That
this.
was the joke, Alex. That's why I'm right.
Anyway, what's your why I can't stand you? It's been going for a while.
I'm going to save this event sesh next week. No.
No, you're not.
Commentators using nicknames for each other.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we call you stats guy.
Not bad, Jonesy. Yeah, good stuff, Silk. Not bad, BT. Good stuff, JB. Too right, Rich. Yeah, nah, Lingy, what do you reckon? You're idiots. You sound like morons. You're not calling it for the you're not calling it for.
You're not doing it to pop your mates.
You're not calling it for the audience at that point. You're calling it for each other, and that's not good commentary. My entire point when it comes to this, commentators go, yeah. So what do you think about that, Richo? What do you call it? What do you think about it, Howie? Same sort of vibe, right? Just the simple idea of like Bruce and Dennis didn't do it. Don't do it.
Well, they're too good. Two of the goats to
It's the
go
paragons of AFL commentary. If they didn't do it, don't do it.
This is why Matt Hill should be the #1 caller in AFL.
I don't care if they
It's
got
very
nicknames.
simple.
They just
My
reference it too much,
favorite part is Joel Selwood doesn't have a nickname
Joel.
because he's so boring.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
They should probably call him the human concussion, but that's or maybe just call him CTE. I don't know, but either way, the point is, commentators stop calling the other commentators by their nickname. The one that got me with all this. Oh, what do you reckon about that, Jonesy? It's like, who's Jonesy?
Yeah,
that's like the most generic nickname in the history of nicknames.
That's true.
Yeah.
So your last name Jones. What should I call you, Jonesy? I'm like, are they talking about Sarah Jones?
That's fair.
Nathan Jones? Who is Jonesy? I'm like, I'm just going to have T-shirts. Who is Jonesy? I'm like, this is horrible commentary.
It is.
And even just saying, oh, what do you reckon, Silk? It's like, oh, we all understand who Silk is.
But if you've never watched the game
before. If you've never seen the game or seen him play, you have no idea.
It's a bit big-headed.
This is Bush League rubbish. It's not hard. The NBA, the NBL, actual professional leagues do not do this.
Yep.
The commentators
EPL
don't.
doesn't.
The EPL doesn't.
Yep.
The commentators don't refer to each other by chummy little nicknames. It basically just screams, this is jobs for the boys, isn't it? Isn't that right, Peter? Yeah, not bad, GB. You're right, Jonesy. Blow it out your nose, you idiots. and give me a kick. Alex.
I'm going to say the rule interpretation's changing week on week. So last week, no holding the balls. I think it was about 40 paid over the weekend. And then we had 20 odd paid in the Brisbane Lions Collingwood game. And then all of a sudden, apparently, the incorrect disposal's gone out the window because you take 3 steps, you get tackled, it comes out. That's incorrect disposal. It's holding the ball. But apparently, it's play on. You've got to make connection with the handball or kicking it for it to be a correct disposal. This is the time you can blow the whistle.
Whoa.
Seriously, I'm sick of these pathetic umpires not doing their jobs properly and they're not being held accountable. It sucks and ruins the game.
Oh, fair enough.
You better start yelling, stats boy. Like,
Well, I don't have anything as up and about that. Is that?
oh, you're fired.
I
You're
agree.
fired.
I'm not the yelling Tom as much as Alex said. I agree with Alex though. That is ridiculous. I went to a game today. They weren't paying holding the ball all weekend. They were paying holding the ball and things like that. It is a joke. I'll give you that one.
And you've got 4 umpires.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not see certain things, yet you're going to blow push in the back from 40 metres away, yet when some dude clearly goes, oh, here's the throw, Jim, it's a throw!
Yeah, I didn't know we could throw. Apparently we can now.
All right.
Ginnivan had his head taken off a million times. And there was a million instances over this weekend as well of very, very rubbishly not that high contact. There was, it's high. That's high. Ginnivan gets his head taken off time and time again. There was was it last night? There was one on the ground, might have been Richmond, Sydney, right? And it was like right there on the ground. I think it was against Sydney even. And you're like, he was on the ground. He was going for the ball.
But also, he got him around the bicep. Like, it was late in the game too. It was Nathan Williamson. Shout out. I knew you were going to do that.
Stats boy.
Anyway, I'm not as passionate about it as you guys, but Marvel Stadium's entrance, Jim. I was standing up front. I missed a part of the first quarter because Marvel don't know how to scan tickets in quick enough.
But it's been a schmozzle. It was a schmozzle for the Matildas game a few weeks ago too.
Since they've got this new ticket system, it has made it 100 times slower. Thousands of people missed the first half of the first quarter. Horrible. And then obviously not opening the roof and things like that. The way they designed the tickets, the stadium, everything, shocking. I used to
you can almost say it's a bad Friday.
Yeah. It was a very bad Friday when North lost and I was late to the game.
I'm just going to keep punching this bad Friday stuff. I love it.
It was, though. It definitely was.
Good.
We got our fish and chips for free because the meal, like, that we pre-ordered and they were meant to ring us when it was ready. And it got to like 8 o'clock and we're like, is our food ready? And
what are you talking about?
Why did they ring you? That's weird.
Are you just at home? Or are you at the footy?
We pre-ordered on the Thursday dinners. We're watching the game at home.
Who does
Where?
that?
A fish and chip shop.
At home?
We pre-ordered
Who
it.
cares?
So our food was ruined, but they gave it to us for free. So it was a good
I'm always down
Friday.
for free.
It's like $120 worth of fish and chips.
What are you talking about?
You didn't see that section in the lunch?
Boys, on the weekend, I got some free food. What were you doing? Oh, watching footy.
Yeah.
Where? At home. Right. Who cares? I love it.
Bad Friday.
He was saying it was a good
bad
Friday. Because he got free
We should have literally just
the
had
food was crap.
The section is bad Friday. Yeah, that's why it was free, idiot. Super Coach Wash. It was a weird week, I think, for the super coaching stats boy.
It was.
Obviously, we saw Bont get bevoed.
Yep.
He still wasn't a horrible score. So,
But a few of us did say it's like you vice captain Dacos and it's like, are you going to captain Bont or are you going to captain Heaney on Sunday?
I somehow went Petrarca.
What do you get?
97.
Captain Heaney with 147.
Nice.
If you captain
Gornicus was one of the other ones that we tossed about on the Supercoach show, which was very good. He had 177. Tinglish was another one that we talked about, stats boy. And
he had
124.
He had 109 at 3/4 time. And then because the Dogs were like, you already won by a lot, they sort of didn't go on with it in that last quarter. And English should have probably got 150, but he didn't. Yeah.
And obviously, as you mentioned, Alex, the Heen machine. Fantastic.
Yep.
Unstoppable.
Sorry, 148. It's been upgraded too.
Nice.
My man Tom Power as well, who we already talked about, 92 again. So his price is going to go up I think it's about 70,000 after this week as well, which you absolutely love.
Even the Cheezel chipped in with 128.
Yeah, he's a lock of 120 every week.
Roberts for Sydney as well is crushing it as one of those rookie price dudes early on.
If you keep him for the next until the Swans buy, you'll be paid handsomely because they got West Coast next week and then Gold Coast.
The rest of the sort of wash, though, is obviously the Hayden Young, Nick Martin.
Oh, I know. Both over 130.
Nick Martin trader.
I don't know. You'd hate to be, someone who was gone 0 for 2 on both of those. That'd be your mate Jim.
And me,
And Jay Brutal. So
yes.
Either way, you can check out the Supercoach show tomorrow, where I believe we might have in Stats Boy again.
Or even today if you're listening to it, so Tuesday.
Yeah, true that. Unless you're just like fully into it and just like, yes, need to listen to it right now. Monday night, let's go. But that's it. AFL Today is done for today. We'll be back on Wednesday for more midweek madness, which is always
Preamble
good.
before gather round.
Just before we go and jump on a plane over to Adelaide.
Can't wait.
Might even do some previews for, I don't know, some quick hitter previews on Wednesday. Because who knows what we're going to do on the Thursday
Yeah, I reckon
show,
we should do that on the Wednesday show.
See what happens.
We don't know what we're doing that yet.
Yeah. Hotel room. Fantastic. Dangle Stats Boy off the balcony. Oh, boy. Get in trouble. But thanks to Alex.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you to Stats Boy.
Thanks, Jim.
For listening to me yell a lot today.
A lot.
Remember to smash a like across all the socials. And, of course, ahead of Gather Round for all the stuff that we'll be doing on Facey, IG, X, Threads, TikTok.
Also, look for Sports Today on Facebook. Some stuff will be going out there too.
That's where all the AFL footy stuff will be. Sports Today on Facebook. What else? You can see all the other shows as well. NBA Australia, NFL Australia, Cricket Today podcast, Football Today podcast. Hold all tickets.
We had a fat weekend on the punt. If you listen to Hold All Tickets, 2 of the best bets and the next best got up for Liam and myself.
Lovely. Give it a listen.
I also had a fat weekend.
You just ate a lot.
Just a lot of chocolate.
See, we made
Yeah, chocolates
money.
and beer. Yeah, same.
Beers. Tell you what. Anyway, get around all of those shows like Tony Plugger Lockett on the 5th Greyhound in the 6th race. I'll tell you that much. It's probably a good one. His name might have been Chips Ahoy. I don't know. But either way, we will catch you later this week. And of course, in Adelaide for Gather Round. Can't wait. This has been AFL Today. Till then, look after yourselves and remember, footy's back.